Hollywood's history is littered with blockbuster dreams that turned into financial nightmares. From pirate epics that sank studios to space adventures that crashed harder than a meteor, these films didn't just flop, they detonated atomic-level losses. Today, we're counting down the top 7 box office bombs that left studios drowning in red ink. Grab your popcorn. This is a disaster story you won't forget. Number 1. Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas from 2003. Estimated loss, $199 million. DreamWorks' Sinbad, Legend of the Seven Seas was supposed to cement the studio's animation legacy, but instead became a cautionary tale. With a budget of $60 million, this swashbuckling adventure grossed just $80 million globally, burying the studio under $125 million in losses. Brad Pitt's voice role as Sinbad and Catherine Zeta-Jones as Marina couldn't save this hand-drawn misfire. Critics called it disappointingly average, and audiences ignored its mix of CGI ships and generic storytelling. Released in 2003, it faced brutal competition from Finding Nemo and Pirates of the Caribbean, sealing its fate. DreamWorks' decision to abandon traditional animation after this flop mirrored Disney's shift post-home on the range. The studio's CEOs, Spielberg, Katzenberg and Geffen, raked in $100 million salaries while their company floundered. By 2005, Paramount bought DreamWorks' live-action division, drowning in $400 million of debt. The film's tie-in Burger King toys and video games became relics of a failed era. Adjusted for inflation, Sinbad's losses ballooned to $204 million, rivaling modern disasters like Strange World. DreamWorks bet on municipal Darwinism, for animated films died faster than a harpooned town. For a studio that gave us Shrek, this was a humiliating crash into the rocks. Number 2. Cutthroat Island from 1995. Estimated loss, $202 million. Renny Harlin's Cutthroat Island wasn't just a flop, it torpedoed Carolco Studios. With a $115 million budget, this pirate epic grossed a pitiful $18 million worldwide. Geena Davis's Morgan Adams became cinema's unluckiest pirate, as co-star Michael Douglas bailed, leaving Matthew Modine to flounder. Carolco, already drowning in $265 million of debt, pinned its survival on this sinking ship. The production was chaos. Sets rebuilt, crews quitting, and Harlin spending $1 million of his own cash on rewrites. Released in December 1995, it flopped against Toy Story and Jumanji, earning an 11th place opening. Critics roasted its lopsided script, and Modine compared the experience to having his guts spread over the U.S. Carolco filed for bankruptcy weeks before the film's release, and Canal Plus scooped up its carcass for parts. Davis and Harlin's marriage collapsed post-bomb, and the director's career never recovered. The film's legacy? A cautionary tale so infamous it scared Disney off pirates, until Jack Sparrow sailed in. Cutthroat Island didn't just fail, it drowned an empire. Number 3. Mortal Engines from 2018. Estimated loss, $204 million. Peter Jackson's Mortal Engines, a steampunk dystopia where cities eat cities, was dead on arrival. Budgeted at $100 million, it earned just $42 million globally, losing Universal over $100 million. Hugo Weaving's villainous Thaddeus Valentine couldn't save this messy adaptation of Philip Reeves' novels. Released in December 2018, it faced Aquaman, Spider-Verse, and Mary Poppins, dooming its box office. The plot, a blend of Mad Max and Star Wars, confused audiences, while critics called it tonally confused. Jackson's CGI spectacle, including a city-devouring London, felt more video game cutscene than blockbuster. The film's failure mirrored Valerian, proving original sci-fi couldn't compete with superheroes. Even Stephen Lang's zombie Terminator subplot couldn't salvage the narrative chaos. Universal's marketing focused on moving cities, but no one cared. Today, Mortal Engines lingers as a cult curiosity, a relic of Hollywood's risk-averse 2010s. Number 4. The 13th Warrior from 1999. Estimated loss, $227 million. John McTiernan's The 13th Warrior, a Viking epic starring Antonio Banderas, became a byword for disaster. With a rumored $160 million budget, It grossed just $61 million, though true losses remain debated. Based on Michael Crichton's Eaters of the Dead, the film's reshoots and director clashes doomed it. McTiernan blamed Crichton for failed rewrites, while Disney buried the film in a crowded August 1999 slate. Critics dismissed it as muddy and incoherent, and Banderas' post-Zorro star power fizzled. Omar Sharif retired after the flop, calling the experience humiliating. Reports inflated its budget to mythic levels, but even at $85 million, it was a catastrophe. The film's legacy? A cautionary tale about ego and excess in Hollywood's pre-Marvel era. Number 5. The Marvels from 2023. Estimated loss: $237 million. Marvel's The Marvels didn't just bomb. It shattered MCU records for failure. Budgeted at $270 million, it earned $206 million globally, becoming the franchise's lowest-grossing film. Brie Larson's Carol Danvers, Iman Vellani's Ms. Marvel, and Teyonah Parris' Monica Rambeau couldn't save this cosmic mess. Released post-Endgame, it faced superhero fatigue and a lackluster marketing campaign. The film's body swap gimmick and rushed multiverse setup left audiences cold. Disney's streaming strategy eroded theatrical urgency, and toxic online buzz sealed its fate. CEO Bob Iger's pivot to franchises only now excludes Captain Marvel 3. For a studio that dominated pop culture, The Marvels was a universe-shattering wake-up call. Number 6. The Lone Ranger from 2013. Estimated loss: $240 million. Johnny Depp's Tonto and Armie Hammer's Ranger clashed in a tonally confused mess. Critics roasted its bloated runtime and insensitive Native American tropes, while audiences chose Despicable Me 2. Director Gore Verbinski's train set finale couldn't save this pirate's wannabe. Disney's pre-release panic, slashing budgets and delaying production, backfired spectacularly. The film's failure killed Depp's blockbuster clout and Hammer's leading man prospects. Today, The Lone Ranger stands as a monument to Hollywood's reckless excess. Number 7. John Carter from 2012. Estimated loss: $255 million. Disney's John Carter, a $300 million Mars epic, holds Hollywood's crown for biggest bomb. Andrew Stanton's live-action debut earned $284 million, costing studio head Rich Ross his job. Based on Edgar Rice Burroughs' novels, the film's convoluted plot and bland marketing doomed it. Released weeks before The Avengers, it became a punchline overnight. Taylor Kitsch's career nosedived, while co-star Lynn Collins vanished for years. Adjusted for inflation, losses near $400 million, a black hole of failure. John Carter didn't just flop. It erased a studio's faith in original sci-fi. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe and hit the bell to stay up to date with all my new videos. I always appreciate your time and I hope to see you next time.